Capcom's Mega Man is a legend in the world of action platformers, and over the years he's had numerous iterations. But there is one Mega Man series that's arguably the most unique out of the bunch, and no matter how many years go by, fans refuse to forget about it. This is the story of Mega Man Legends. Back in the mid-90s, the Mega Man series producer Keiji Inafune had already introduced the world to our lovable Blue Bomber and his hardcore counterpart X. However, for the next iteration, he wanted to do something a little different. For one, he desired to develop a more complex story that would attract young and old audiences. He also wanted this game to be more focused on adventure rather than just destroying evil robots like in past entries. However, the most significant change was that this title was going to be a 3D third-person shooter within a semi-open world. He assembled a team and they began working on this new idea. But development was very challenging because it was difficult to convey exactly what they wanted. You gotta understand that up until now, the main Mega Man games were side-scrollers. Switching to something like this when 3D games were still pretty young was a monumental task. Heck, there was only one person in the team with 3D experience, so that didn't help. One of their biggest worries, though, was that the die-hard Mega Man fans would see this as a departure from what they knew. After roughly 2 years of development, they managed to launch the game on December 18th, 1997. It was titled Rockman Dash in Japan, with Dash standing for Dig Outer's adventure story in Halcyon days. However, outside of Japan, it was titled Mega Man Legends. The game centered on a completely new Mega Man named Mega Man Walnut, as he explored the underground zones of Catalog's Island to uncover its many mysteries. When it comes to its reception, fortunately it did well, with many praising it for its focus on exploration and its visuals. Fans also loved the characters. Their exaggerated expressions gave each of them more charm, especially the Bonnes, the hilarious pirates who constantly got in Mega Man's way. There were also useful RPG mechanics, like the ability to swap out weapons and armor, which made the game more welcoming for newcomers. It was critiqued for its janky movement controls, and though the game had dark undertones when it came to discovering the truth behind the island, some felt its kiddie vibe held it back. Regardless, it still garnered enough attention to gain a spin-off title at the turn of the century, called The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. As the name suggests, the title followed Tron Bonne, the one girl within the Bonne family, on her quest to save her brothers from a loan shark. The gameplay loop involved completing a series of mini-games to earn enough money to pay off their debt. This title also got decent reviews, with many praising its lighthearted and comedic vibe. Then later, in 2000, we finally got Mega Man Legends 2, which took everything from Legends and greatly improved it. The controls were better, the graphics improved, and the story was much deeper than its predecessor. This time the narrative focused on the ominous history behind the world and Mega Man Walnut. The dark vibe was made apparent from the first cutscene, and from there, the story felt like a roller coaster ride of insane revelations. The twist still shakes me to my core. It's so good that spoiling it now, even though these games are over 2 decades old, would be a huge disservice. Sadly, even with all this going for it, the Legends franchise didn't sell well enough to warrant a third game for a long time. The next title within the series wouldn't come out until 2008, when Rockman Dash Great Adventure on 5 Islands released on mobile devices in Japan. But fans across the world were still eager for a third game. Not only did the franchise develop a strong cult following, but Legends 2 left our blue hero in the space colony dubbed Elysium, completely separated from all his friends. The fans wanted to see the end of the story and help him get back home. Then something incredible happened in 2010. Mega Man Legends 3 was announced to launch on the Nintendo 3DS. All the characters would return, but the protagonist would be someone new, the red-haired biker Barrett. What made this announcement even crazier was that Capcom was seeking help from fans to make this possible. They launched a forum called the Legends Dev Room, allowing developers and players to interact and collaborate on ideas. It led to the creation of characters, bosses, and even some lore. To say fans were excited would be an understatement. But sadly, things came crashing down merely a year after the Legends 3 announcement. On April 22, 2011, the game's director, Masakazu Iguchi, announced on Capcom News that they presented a prototype of the game to the higher-ups. They loved the new main character, but they worried about how well a sequel to a 10-year-old game would do. So they agreed to release the prototype as a downloadable demo on the 3DS eShop that fans could pay for. They judged the merit of this project based on how well this demo did. The audience was more than confused because this game was officially announced in 2010. If it was, why did it need to be greenlit? Sadly, fans wouldn't even get the chance to play the demo, as it was later postponed, then officially canceled on July 18, 2011. Since then, fans have been waiting and praying for Capcom to give us something regarding the Legend series. Even a legacy collection of some sort would be welcomed. Many, like the Get Me Off the Moon Facebook group, even went above and beyond to amass a huge amount of signatures to show Capcom that we want a Legends 3. Doesn't matter if Legends 2 came out over a decade ago. There is still a fan base for it. Even now, folks are still hoping for Capcom to announce something. However, to be completely honest, it doesn't look hopeful. Mega Man in general feels like he's been forgotten by the company. So before we can hope for the final chapter in the Legends trilogy, we first gotta hope that Capcom gives our blue hero some love. But have you tried Mega Man Legends before? How did you feel about it? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, thanks for watching and happy gaming.